Don't forget, when you start off your career, let's say you're on 2,500 a month gross, you're not going to always be on that money. Your salary will increase, you will get promotion, you will get bonuses, things are going to happen for you, positive things. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's really amazing to have you here today, and I'm really excited that you've tuned in. My name is Karina Darling. I am the face behind this channel. I work with millennials who are professionals in capital cities across the world and have side hustles. I help them navigate life stress-free. I just want to talk about a topic that has gained a lot of traction. A lot of people are having different answers and questions towards it, and everyone is asking, is 2023 the time that I want to be doing this? And this topic today is, should you invest in a pension pot in 2023? I know a lot of young people who think or say that actually I don't need a pension, I still have many years to work. And it's true, you still do have many years to work. So is it worth investing in a pension? And so today I'm just going to debunk a few things, and just for us to go and explore and see if really a pension is for us. The truth about finances is that ignorance is not an excuse. Whether you know about it or not, it will have an effect on your life. And a lot of times we wonder, do I need a state pension? So I'll take the state pension, and the reason I take that is that is really the basic of all the pensions. The state pension, however, means that you have to have worked consecutively for 35 years, or at least have a period of 35 years locked down in terms of work experience. And in 2023, the state pension will be increasing by 10%. Whether you are in the old scheme or in the new scheme, it will be going up by 10%. I'm going to break that down for you. Those eligible for a pension from April 2023 would be receiving roughly £203 a week, which is going up from £185 roughly previously. So that's not too bad. So if you look at it and you do the maths, in 4 weeks you're looking at a little bit over £800. Do you think an elderly person today, or perhaps someone who is of a pensionable age, can actually live on £800 a month? I'll leave that question for you to think about, so that you recognize that a state pension is really a basic pension. It's meant to not be what you 100% rely on. It's good to have it as a good option, but it's not the only option you should have. I would really encourage you as a young person today to actually go on the government website, which I will be putting the link on this video, and just for you to just have a look and explore what the state pension government website states. And what you can do actually whilst you're there is scroll and put in your age and see what age you will retire, and then you will probably have an estimate of how much you need to put into your state pension. One of the things I like about the state pension website is that it can actually show you gaps within your working life where perhaps you need to top up. So if you worked for a bit and then you took a career break and then you came back to work, and perhaps you were uni and you work part-time, this would actually break that down for you, and you can go back, I think it's about 5 years before, or even longer, to see where there are gaps, and you can then decide to fill those gaps if you wanted, for you to have a solid 30 to 35 years uninterrupted. You may have a question as well and say to me, but Karina, will the state pension age increase? There is a huge likelihood that the Secretary of State for Pension and Works are looking into changing the age that people retire. If I'm not mistaken, I think women retire now at 65 and men at 67. That will be reviewed probably in the next 25 years, and it will most likely not be the same age. There is something called the pension allowance. What is a pension allowance, you might be asking, and are they going to change? Pension allowances is what the government gives you in any given financial year of the amount of money you can put into a pension. Currently in the UK, for this current financial year, which will end the 31st of March 2023, say your allowance is 40,000. And what that means is that 40,000 you can put into your pension without being taxed for it. So usually this money will form part of your gross income. It is not taxable, and you can put that money away into a pension. It's also worth knowing that you can actually go back 3 years before and actually use your allowance that has not been used up. Why is this important? It's important because within that period, if you're able to put in the maximum level of pension, which is 40,000, and you decide that, oh, I have an additional 20,000 I want to put in, normally you will have to pay tax for that additional 20%. But in this case, if you can go back 3 years before, you can then claim the benefits that were in those previous years that you did not reach the maximum threshold. The next thing I want to touch on is the pension lifetime allowance. And what does that mean? There is a figure that the government has introduced, and that figure is 1,073,000. And that is basically the government saying if your pension pot is worth 1,073,000, we will not be taxing you. And so most people in their lifetime, depending on how much they want to spend, you could look at it and say to yourself, okay, how much would 1,073,000 come to in a year for me to be able to put in a pot? Because that's a big figure. Some people may never get that in their lifetime. There's 35 or 45 years to go. If you're in your 20s, for example, there's so much longer you have to wait to draw down your pension. This is the reason why a lot of people do not really have much of an interest in pension. But let me bring that down to us. Let's look at it from a very basic standpoint. If we decide that we want, because not everybody would need 1,073,000 to be able to live. Some people need less than that. Some people need half of that. Once you agree what you think you would like to spend, you either have a low threshold of earning where you choose that I'm not going to be spending a lot of money when I retire. This is how much I think I would need from your life experiences and the things you're doing. Or if you choose a medium life or a high life, you can choose whichever route you want to go, and that will determine how much you put in your pension pot. And so what I want to talk to you about is pension calculators. Do you have a pension calculator? Have you used it to see how much you can actually have and keep for your pension? Because a pension calculator will calculate for you, based on your lifestyle, how much you need to be putting into your pension pot and for how long you would need to do that. Most times people don't depend on just the state pension. They also have private pension. People work for companies, and those companies put money in the pots of their pension, and you can opt in or opt out. I would encourage anyone, wherever you are in your journey of work, so long as you're working and your company offers you, try to opt in to the pension and then start taking the money. What I've noticed with pension is that from the very first day you start, if you start putting money into the pension, it would automatically leave your account and you would just see your net salary and you wouldn't feel it. If you leave it for months, then you will feel the impact. We're going to explore these topics that I'm mentioning, all these things I'm talking about, so that you really understand the essence of investment and why it's important to do. And especially with pension, it's important to put in a pension pot. Something as small as 10% can really grow into a lot of money. Don't forget, when you start off your career, let's say you're on 2,500 a month gross, you're not going to always be on that money. Your salary will increase, you will get promotion, you will get bonuses, things are going to happen for you, positive things. And before you know it, you're earning six-figure salary and you're putting 10% of 100,000. Is not the same as 10% of 2,500 or whatever the case may be in a year. So you can see how it grows. So you start to put more money into it, but it's still around the same principle of 10%. You're still doing that, but you're actually now achieving more from that money. And then what you could do is you could decide that actually I don't want just a pension pot, I want to invest. You have your property, you've paid off your mortgage, so that's an asset. You probably might decide to have other forms of investment, and those investments are all going to add up, and when you retire, you will retire in a good way. Hopefully things have gone right for you. So on that very good note, I just want to bid you farewell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.